GM fam. We are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about NFTs, mostly Solana NFTs, the value, the drama, and the vibes. If you are new, I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesdays, Thursdays, I go live with the boys, Sircon and Sylvester, with some future guests, usually around 8:30 Eastern time every day. So we are going to talk about more monkey updates, Oogy NFT stuff, Hadeswap, Alpha Pharaohs update, and lots more. There's almost like news every day here, man. I try to catch up on everything that happens. All right, so first thing that I want to go through is the actual total floor value and volume on what's happening in Solana. So right now you see Sol right now pretty much at stable, I would say around 100, and then you got USD, which is still kind of dipping. We did had about like 600k, not k, 600 million at around January, and then now we have gone down to about 400 in the end of February. So it's an interesting data that we're looking at here and seeing if if it's going to keep going lower as far as USD, and just something to observe every week. All right, so now let's look at the monkey updates. What's happening here? All right, so if from yesterday we looked at some original monkey art and some tail updates, but now we have some other stuff on the sides besides the art. We actually have some talk with Nam, who is basically like the CEO, let's just say, in MonkeDAO, and he is basically announcing that he talked with with the MonkeDAO team, the Hadeswap team, Lollipop, HSO, and a few ABC Venture members around the Give SMB to MonkeDAO proposal, which I like the title. Made some changes, had some debate, hashed it out, talked about priorities, and we'll see tomorrow morning, what the update will be. So that is some good news. I like that, these guys are basically doing their, negotiations, their debates, and trying to solve this issue between MonkeDAO and Hadeswap. And we also have some art updates as well. But before we get there, let's just start off with how this kind of happened. So Big Brain pretty much made his opinion on what he thought about with the new basically acquisition of Monkey, of the actual SMBs, and it kind of got into a bigger debate on Twitter. A lot of people had their sides between Hadeswap and MonkeDAO and SMBs. Just a lot of different opinions. At the end, a lot of good points came out from both sides. HGSO basically responded to So Big Brain. We're both committed our capital and time to Solana space a lot. Have different opinions, but want the same thing, that to see Solana Echo grow. NFTs overall do a good job. So Big Brain also said, H has done a lot for Solana, a true legend for believing in Solana NFTs. And they threw a little handshake, and just one of those things that they're very I would say constructive talk on how we should move forward in the space. You have a very well-known VC, Soul Big Brain, and you have a builder HSO working on this right here. And I like them both. I enjoy observing both of them do their part on the Solana ecosystem, and we'll see where it goes from here. Now, as far as the art, let's get on to the good stuff, the stuff that I also like. All right, this is small stuff that a lot of people like to watch on how the NFT art actually grows. Here's one update that they brought out, which I truly enjoyed, because the original monkey did not look too popish, I would say. And here you could see something that they changed is the eyeball, which you can definitely, it may not look like a big deal, but it's a big deal as far as for me personally, because it shows a lot as far as a PFP. Imagine you had this PFP here. It's not very out there. You're talking, you're tweeting, you're throwing your alpha threads, your GM threads, not very known, right? Now look at this right here, completely different. Let's look at this dude saying GM. I mean, very vibrant, already out there, got his coffee, just pops out, just completely different, man. And that's what I like about the new update. Really good stuff right here. They're listening to the community and they're improving the art, week after week, and it's getting better. That's all I have to say, is that it's getting better, and I really like it, especially the tail part as well. And you can see the previous, the default, and the update right here. And we talked about this yesterday with the boys about this art, so I'm not going to get into detail on this one again. But we're going to look into some more stuff week by week on how the monkeys are improving their art and where where this is going and all that. And I'm sure in the back end you have Nam talking and trying to work on the SMBs and see how MonkeDAO and all that stuff will work out. All right, so here we have a quote from Steve Jobs. He basically says, "It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do." Why am I bringing this up? Why is this quote important? Well, it's got to do with a project called Oogy. Oogy is a new project that is coming out on Solana. Oogy is basically, one would say, it's been on development for about 7-8 months before they actually came out with with the Twitter and all that good stuff. So this project here came out with a video, and the video is sick as hell. I love it. I mean, just the way it shows the art, the way it just, it really, oh, let me play it. The way it just kind of hypes it up. Really cool, man. You can see right here the actual, the look of it. You can see this right here. I like the music behind it. I like how, like, there's those meteors in the background and that hand popping out. It's just very, very tense, man. And then right here, just check that out. The the actual creature, and bam, boom, amazing, man, amazing. Uh, just look at that. So this came out about November, and then you had them basically also stating out their new one-on-one art, which looks dope as hell. They finally came with this right here from one of the artists. This artist is, his name is Ben Bao Chow Chow, and I'm very excited to show my one-on-one Oogy NFT collab auction live now. So they're throwing this out there right now, and they're bringing in community, the Solana community artists into this project. And this guy is an artist on a quest for meaning in the realms of unconscious, crafting visuals with elusive Elsa. So now I'm getting exposure to this guy, and I completely like this right here. This is just insane. So I mean, I just like how they're bringing all these people into more exposure. Oogy is definitely a project that I'm looking forward to. I mean, look at this art right here. Cool as hell, man. They really focused on the detail. They made it unique. They made it charming, and it's got its own look. It's not an ape. By gosh, it's not an ape. I know we just talked about monkeys, but that's like the first big thing that happened in Solana. We're talking about like projects in 2022 still creating ape projects, which it almost feels like a derivative type of project nowadays with new ape collections. But this is like I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess it's like a kind of a dog creature, but really cool. Just look at the detail around here. Very, very detailed. Not too detailed, but detailed enough to where it's just mind-boggling. And the way it's shaded and blended is also just it's something that I completely enjoy in 2023. Just another different level of art, and the way this is also like highlighted here for a little glow effect. Cool, man. Cool, different traits. PFP background, great. Not too out there. Obviously, it's just white, but I'm sure they're gonna bring some other colors around there as well. So overall, I mean, I enjoy it. Oogy is definitely a different type of project coming into Solana. What they said is they basically want to be the meta. When they say they want to be the meta, it's just they don't want to follow the meta and come out with whatever a previous project did and just follow that along. They want to be the meta. So that basically means that they want to experiment. They want to create something different. And then maybe other projects will follow around it. That means to them that they're doing well because they're experimenting and people are trying to follow what they've done. So a couple of things from them is that they're putting into R&D, research, operations about like 80%, marketing as well. They have a finance guy. They have artists. They have like 17 people on this from different industries within an NFT. So we're talking about like the NFT industry, but they divided it into different sections in NFTs, like creators, meta people, and different chains, and trying to look at different aspects of what's going on with NFT, so that way they can utilize the best and put it into their project. Insane stuff. I'm not really trying to shill projects. I just like talking about something like this. Finally got me excited in Solana after like huge, like 3 months of just being, just talking news here and there. This stuff here, dude, I've never been so excited to actually watch something like this. But supposedly it might be a 10,000 collection. That's the other thing as well. It might be a 10,000 collection, which will be great. I think something like this should definitely be a 10,000 collection. You got Patty here talking. Shout out to Patty. But here's one last thing. All right, so you have a guy who basically just said, "I just quit my job because of this." Let me tell you what he basically says. He's part of this, and he is throwing it all out there for this project. Basically, this is bullish, and it's crazy because I've talked to projects where people are actually working while they're creating the product, which is fine, which is totally fine because you don't want to be too risky. You got to make your money. Obviously, you got to make your income. But these guys, they completely quit their jobs to focus on this, which is it just means that they're going all in, 100% all in on a project, a brand, a product, which is this. I mean, for me personally, I have a job as well. I work about 10 hours a day. Then I go looking into NFTs. I research for 4 hours, 5 hours, and then I do this stuff almost every day. If I had that 10 extra hours, I mean, I think I would really be well known. Even though right now I do believe I am well known in what's going on. I think I'll be a lot more further, and that's why I'm saying, like, that analogy right there is basically these guys putting everything, all their chips in the table on this project. So this is why I am so excited for this to come out at a perfect time when the gods is kind of leaving the space, but they're not really leaving. I mean, they're going to different chains, and I'm sure they'll be in Solana still. But it's a perfect time for a project like this to come in and try to get market share in Solana. And obviously other projects are trying to do the same thing, but it's a perfect time, and I do think they have a chance to succeed, to be probably top 10 by what I'm looking at right now. Things can change in the future, but right now, really cool. All right, I talked a lot about that. I think I should move on. So we have something else coming out that's called Synx, decentralized storage. And these guys are basically, they're creating store your precious files, photos, audio, or objects. Take back control of your data, earn rewards. So they're basically making this into like a crypto NFT type of vibe product around these storage. So no longer is it like like maybe like Google Cloud or Google Drive. It's a little bit different, and I am all for it because they're bringing in different type of experience, cryptos and NFTs into this product. We have Genesis Go here. Shadow Drive is cheap. Web3 storage is that is Solana's first native decentralized storage layer. I mean, that is really great to see something like this that's it's coming out. They have the app right here that they're teasing around Phantom, Discord, Sync storage. I mean, it can't get any cooler than that right here. Okay, Sync, this is seriously cool. Shadow Drive and Solana are built with the same mindset. Build a platform that empowers developers to do new and exciting things. Web3 decentralized storage. I can't wait to see how this actually builds out. Honestly, data storage on Web3 is normally a burden as solutions are slow and unreliable, and they're trying to fix that. So there you go. That's what's going on with this one. Take a look at this one, see what they're doing. I mean, I would say, maybe try to follow them. I'll follow them as well and see what's gonna happen around here. All right. So this other thing is pretty interesting. We got Lunar Project here who are basically coming back from the underworld. You have Ziegler throwing out this fancy looking helmet. And I've never seen Ziegler throw out something that is on another project, and they basically reply to Lunar with this. I don't know what this means, but I am guessing it's related to the actual Lunar project NFT, and we shall see more of it. And if you don't know Ziegler, he's a very well known artist. Every other day, every day he throws out some crazy art that's just absolutely beautiful, and I just enjoy watching it. As you can see, I like it. The stuff he does here, or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, is just really great. And he has done the art for Lunar Project. So make sure you also look into what he does as well. All right, so Hadeswap kind of connected to what's going on with Ziegler and all that. They're all kind of like a network connection. Hadeswap March to 2023 roadmap, expanding, innovating, delivering. Here's what on the menu for here. All right, so they have this March update. They're gonna expand the actual developer team right here in the beginning, and then they're gonna go into Project Meet Us, and then after that, they're gonna go to V8's proposal. They're gonna improve their UX, and then they're gonna create a market making strategy on top of passive AMM pools. And then right here at the end, become rank one on top 5 NFT collections, weekly volume, then move to top 10. I mean, that's kind of interesting. And right here, they basically say to achieve what's on the roadmap, keep on innovating and delivering. We're growing our developer team to make sure we can have the best of the best in your hands at all times. This one right here, number 2. This is probably the one kind of like I'm kind of looking to what is this? Project Meet Us. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Revenue generating and will contribute to the V8's pool. Can't say too much yet, but you won't be disappointed. Okay. V8's proposal aimed at having a very high synergy with Project Meet Us. The proposal aims at making V8 the governance token issued by locking Hades to participate in governance and more. Burn adjustment from POL to benefit Hades as well as the Hades token. All right. So that's just some small road updates for March. I mean, I honestly need to wait for Project Meet Us to really understand what's happening here. A lot of tokenomic stuff. But anyways, all right. Alpha Pharaohs, they announced their Tomb Raid rewards. This basically is just another gem that they added on into their Tomb Raid that basically blew up into Solana. A lot of projects have used them, and as you can see right here, they're basically explaining what Tomb Raid was, how it happened. You had all these projects like Bet3 using it. You had all these other projects right here. It just blew up, man. But now they are announcing Tomb Raid rewards, which is basically something innovative. And here we go. Okay, he's saying, I don't know if you can hear this right here, but what he's basically saying is, if you tweet something, and let me actually lower the volume here. You can actually be rewarded by it. They have a CSV file where projects and can actually add addresses and all this. It looks pretty cool right here, and it's just an easy way to find out who your people are, and then the community rewards right there. You see the tweets right here. Earn, just cool stuff right here. What they're doing, I think this is definitely going to be something that's probably going to be used a lot. You got Bet3 right here, Pixel Panda crew. About to basically start this thing off. And then I am sure these guys are going to get some more clients from here. You got Cody responding, oh, hell yeah. And just, something that I can't wait to see. Alpha Pharaohs, definitely a project that they just don't stop. They're building during the bear. And just, shout out to Snooze, who's been working day in, day out on this, and his team as well. And just overall, Hopefully, we get to hear more about this from Snooze. But anyways, let's go on to the next news. All right, so Bitcoin NFTs are kind of like the big thing right now. There, a lot of projects are moving into this space, trying to put their basically their foot in the door, saying, "Hey, we got our own Bitcoin NFT project." Now, is it going to be sustainable? To be honest, I don't think so in some way, and with some projects, I'm not saying like all of them, but I think almost like what happened to Aptos, people got into it, people just minted it out, and then they went back to their original chain, and then Aptos kind of just went in its own way, kind of downwards. And I think with this one, you do have some projects, trying to capitalize on it. But I think the main players like Catalina Whale, like Yuga Labs are actually gonna probably try to actually be representable on the chain because they want to grow their actual ecosystem. So you have introducing Nakamoto whales, a collection of ordinal whale artifacts forever inscribed on the Bitcoin blockchain. So they're rewarding their holders first, which should always be number one free Nakamoto whale for every 5 floated staked. And right here you kind of get kind of a look into what the actual team have said about joining the Bitcoin space. Cool news for them, expanding their actual ecosystem. And right here, you can kind of see what it could potentially look like. It's probably just another whale, maybe a little bit different look to it, which we can't wait to see. But we also have Yuga Labs doing something similar, introducing 12-fold, a limited edition collection of 300 generative pieces inscribed on Satoshis on the Bitcoin blockchain. 12fold.io. And this one is definitely going to be a crazy one because this is Yuga Labs we're talking about, the people who acquired CryptoPunks, and they have obviously base Mace, and they're just increasing their reach on another chain, which is Bitcoin, the biggest market cap chain out there. So limited edition 300 generated pieces into Satoshis. Cool stuff. We can't wait to see. All right, so let's get on to the good stuff. On what I usually do at the end is look at what's going on in Solana. We'll change the screen up right here and bring this up here in a sec. Shaboom, shabam, boom. All right, so we have the greens and the reds on what's going on the watch list. My personal watch list, I don't recommend no one following this. Make your own watch list. This is just what I like and what I like to look at for the past 2 years. Looking into is NFTs for a very long time. All right, so we have a lot of things that have pumped. We have Metaplex that has, they've gone up significantly from basically 1 to 1.48. People might say, oh, it's not a 2x, 3x, but for me, a 50% is a 50%. You have Claynosaurus that has gone up as well. You actually got the actual NFT here that went from 24 to 33 Solana, which is another insane jump. I feel like a lot of people are starting to understand that this project has value. It has moat. And what I mean by moat is that it's not as disruptive as other projects because these guys have an animation studio that is hard to replicate because of the talent pool in there and because of how long it takes to create this brand. So I'm hoping it goes back down because I want a second Clano. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. But there you go. They're always out there on Twitter. They're cool people. You have some Soul Army as well, gaining some value. They went all the way down to 21. They went up to 40. This is very volatile. General Soul is also another person that I look up to. I'll do a specific video on them as well, and we'll see what they're doing. We also have DJ News kind of pumping a little bit. Toys R Us kind of moved up surprisingly, and they're probably coming out with maybe their actual coin. It's not really like a coin, but something to use as rewards for the NFT if you go to the actual store. We also have Degens. This project I think has potential to really like take some market share from the gods. And I'm not saying like a lot. I'm just saying to basically to a point to where like they could, take some a little bit off the table. And I think these guys will stick around because of Urcon and what he's been doing on the space for his community. We also have the regular projects here that have been going up. Anybody's, Paratools, Sources, all slowly experiments as well. And now to the red. All right, so the green I usually don't touch. I'm not really into touching any of these things because they pumped, and usually they'll probably go back down after a pump, which will make me into exit liquidity. The things that I'm most interested in right now are Lunar, and Lunar is very debatable. A lot of people don't like this project, but it's one project that I like to be a part of because it's part of the ecosystem of the Open DAO from Ethereum. I used to be in Ethereum, and I used to look into them at that time, and it's just for me, it's just cool to observe them in the Solana NFT space. So um, at this point, I think Crypto Dino, could potentially come out with something that he said he's working on that will bring more people into the community without involving diluting the NFT, which is going to be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But we also have another project as well as ABC, who has gone down to 64 Solana, which is kind of crazy. It went from 225 all the way to 65, man. That is a huge drop of price. And it looks like it's probably stable right here around 60, and it could potentially just stay around here, or maybe it'll be accumulation phase at this point. But I do think it also does have potential to probably go down to maybe 50, but we'll see how this one plays out. But definitely something to observe. And let's see what else there is here. I mean, we have Anon, Kikiverse all down, Trust Pass down, but I'm not gonna get into that. Future Trade down. We have net runners as well. Rove Medallion. This one's kind of interesting because Tommy Hilfiger's trying to work on some product with them. But it's also something that we just don't know what they're doing yet. But we'll see for sure eventually on what the type of products they're going to come out with. Mobile app built to take NFTs mainstream, exclusive product launches, physical and digital. It's going to be an interesting one. So it's at 1 Solana right now. But anyways, we also have Solana monkeys at 199, and it's probably it's been around here for a while. Not really a big deal. And we have Alpha Pharaohs, which is kind of, man, this one project that I wish kind of went down to like 7, so I can probably just buy one. But it just feels like it holds its value for a very long time through this whole phase. It's been just kind of holding, and for me, it would just be patient because I definitely want to be part of this community at some point. Just trying to find the price to get in. But yeah, that's basically everything that I'm looking at as far as right now. Liberty Square is also one that's we talked about this yesterday when it was around like 10, and it already is pumping at 12. But I think this is one project I could potentially also get in if it comes back down to like 9. I'm just gonna let the price come to me. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But overall, some interesting projects right now. As you can see, Solana ecosystem, it's still kind of in its moment with let's see if I can find it. Okay, right here we got the ecosystem. It's still in its moment around here. March, not much. I'm still buying it. I would say it's probably at the same level where it was here in November, September, November. Volume, I mean, it's kind of crazy that's down here. NFTs have gone down, but for me, I'm just kind of just looking into NFTs and buying what I personally like. But again, anyone just suggest you do your own research on what you like, if you like NFT for the art and whatnot. But anyways, that is everything I have and what's going on in Solana today. Well, tomorrow we're gonna go live with the boys, Soul Investor, Zircon, on what's going on. We're gonna do our usual chit chat on what's happening. Make sure you stay tuned for that as well. And overall, like and subscribe as well. Comment below anything you want me to talk about. Much love and peace. Bam.